It's going to be the stream. Me beatboxing how fucking retarded some of you are out there in the crypto space. Not in my own community, because we understand, mic check, we understand as a community, right, what takes place when you know, when there's net negative being extracted from your community, and for some reason people think it's amazing. Maybe people figured this out a long time ago. It was possible, and now it's actually taking place, and people have figured it out. I've stopped following. Is there at one stage I heard there was a conference taking place. There was like what else? What else am I missing here? All right, let's have a look at here. Now, I don't really have that much to add. I want to show you all my nice new impressive hat, but people don't care about that. Now, although Ralph Lauren kind of had some cool stuff, double RL or something, a new fashion line. I wonder if it takes off, or the items may be collectible. There may not be that many in Australia. If you are interested in that, stop buying it. All right, you bastards, I want to buy it first. Now, because I can't afford Louis. Louis is a bit out of my league, my range. I don't know what the fuck. Now, so thank you for tuning in. I literally have nothing to say. I am trying to just, I don't know, do I really want to address anything? People not understanding, not remembering. Remember, there was a stream not that long ago. There's an article from Forbes. It basically said some things may take place, and those things that may take place would equal Bitcoin at around 75K. Now, it went up, it went down. It's now retreating back hard. We're seeing some like to call it the Trump dump, right? And we're seeing this here, over 21 trillion wiped out from the US stock market at open. So things aren't looking too good in the old legacy finance system, right? We saw a whole lot of tariffs come out. What else? I don't think I need to sound intelligent at this point, because I'm really not. I am basically the equivalent of a talking puppet who just says HEX, Pulse Chain, PulseX, INC good. But the reason I say that is because remember, when things go down, right, we all get wrecked together in unison. Unless you want to be leverage trading this and you think you could have called the top on the day, maybe anyway. So 21 trillion wiped from the market. Some talks about pausing some tariffs, blah blah. In theory, things might skyrocket, which they're not going to. Things. So for there to be peace, right, there needs to be war. Okay, so just think about that. Now, for things to go down, for things to go up, they might need to go down first, right? So what we're currently seeing is a little bit of a bounce. It did get extremely close to that 75K Bitcoin that people other than myself pointed out it may hit. Well, it actually looks like it hit it. So it actually hit 74.51, right? So there was a particular stream, not a stream, which is I jumped on camera and pointed out this is probably going to happen. People were like, maybe they don't pay attention, or they don't like listen, or they don't understand the time frame in which it would happen, because it happened about here. It didn't quite get down to that 75K, but now we've actually seen it hit that, and it's like Armageddon, end of the world, sky's falling type shit. But I can't help but think, I remember I explained kind of briefly in a long-winded way, as I normally do, complete doublespeak, that after 75K Bitcoin, right? Now, if it hits it, which it has hit it now, it hits 74 point something, which is fucking shit, is so bad. Sorry, my Tourette's like swearing coming out. But once it hits that, right, and then maintains it, then corrects, things have to happen that are going to cause it. Now, those things are happening in real time, and it's called the pump, the Trump dump. That is what is taking place here now. It is not pretty, people. Luckily, if you had have been kind of prepared for this, maybe you had some stables lying around. I don't know. Congratulations, you did. I did not. I am damn near fresh out of stables. I went back and checked some fucking crypto portfolio. Oh my god! Oh, I've got some fucking money here, some monetary value. Oh shit! I'm like, oh wait, this used to be so much more. Oh, it's just fucking. It is wrecked. Oh, the reason I'm somewhat happy. Not happy. The only reason it's worth jumping on stream and talking about this, other than dodging the fucking your crosshairs. Get your crosshairs off me. Stop putting your hexes on me. All right. I can feel it. You're pointing at the screen. Now, pointing out. So in the blockchain community, people like to think they like to think that an exploit taking place is net positive for the chain. Low. And there's a big conspiracy. Now, see, I've stopped watching what everyone else has been saying in this community, because we are just way too small, man. Like, it's just wrecked. It's good, but for instance, I went shopping the other day, and it was not in my area, which I normally shop, and lo and behold, there was more people. It was better. There was more range. It was crazy. I really, really enjoyed it. And I came back to where I was from. I'm like, I'm not so sure this is the best place to be, but it does. Don't get me wrong, it does have some positives. So going back to the 75K Bitcoin before 300K. Now that sounds crazy right now, but if you've been watching what the fuck has been going on and seeing some crazy shit Trump's doing, I'm speechless. I am somewhat surprised because I thought the Trump pump would have kicked in, but all that seemed to happen was some cool stuff regarding, freedom of speech, and the US treatment of crypto, I guess you'd call it. But what I saw was Trump release a meme coin and just vacuum bomb the fucking oxygen out of the room and nuke everyone. And then his token dumped. I'm like, bro, what just happened? That was savage. If only people were able to do the same with HEX or Pulse or PulseX. I see. It's gonna be harder now though, because we're in this really, really wrecked environment where everyone's wrecked. Stock market's down. The fucking the biggest, scariest thing since COVID and GFC. It's like, yeah, well, what do you think 75K Bitcoin was like? That call was kind of correct, yeah. It wasn't my call, but I was just pointing out shit's going there, and it did. It has. It's gone to 74.5. So hopefully now we're going to see some recovery, because for it to continue to go down, I can't see it going down past 74,000.2. This is not a test out there for you fucking Bitcoin whales to do this, but I'm saying the most savage market conditions that I've ever, some of the most savage market conditions and the biggest setup we've seen has now taken place. It is unfolding. We are seeing the economy do crazy shit. Wasn't really expected. I don't know whether you blame tariffs, whether you blame Trump, whatever, but this is looking more like the Trump dump than the Trump pump, because the Trump pump was the pump towards his own meme token and his other meme tokens, right? His family's meme tokens that are just, like I said, they capitalize quite well. That was fucking well done. That was well done. I gotta say, that was well done. That was like marketing 101 for the rest of us. Like, why could we not achieve such status? Now we over here in Pulse Chain, we do have most, right? Most is, let me check most. Because I don't know why. I do, for some reason, find the name interesting. Now, I saw that come back from the brink of death. It was like 2 cents. I'm like, nah, I am not looking at the screen for the next month. This is perma-wrecked. This is like, this is, this is the worst. This is the worst thing I've seen in crypto for the longest time. And I'm going back through my videos and I'm like, in March, yeah, I'm like, crypto's one, everything's just pumping. It wasn't even all-time highs yet, but then I went back and had a look and it was like 75k Bitcoin. I'm like, oh shit. And then it came to fruition today. Like I said, I've been away from the computer. I've just been out just trying to hustle, trying to get some fiat, trying to do another, I believe I'll do another Uber challenge of some sort. Because I can't see this sort of these market conditions going away anytime soon. So we're not going to see some miraculous 300k Bitcoin from here like overnight, like instant. Nah, this is not good. We've seen the OA do some crazy shit previously. Now, if you're familiar with HEX, like I'm pretty sure everyone watching this stream is pretty fucking familiar with HEX, but I'm pretty sure you were like scratching your head going, hang on, it did that. Price didn't do nothing. And then low liquidity, and then perma dumping, and then funnily enough, not long after that, we saw some geniuses figure out, I lose that term loosely because I'm pretty sure people were aware of some of this shit prior to that. And it can't be a positive thing. And for some reason, the deck screen is not loading. But like I said, for some other people here, maybe you're like on fucking pro, whatever. I don't care. I don't want to talk shit down to the other tokens, whatever. I'm just pointing out that if there's a thing that's being exploited and it's just wrecking the chain with low liquidity in this environment, it's just, I'm not too sure we are the sharpest knives on the block anymore. I'm not too sure we're the sharpest tools in the toolbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shame, right? But that's not the point of the stream. The point of the stream is to point out, remember, right? You guys think, I don't know what you guys think. Well, you people think you lovely, wonderful, beautiful people are. Okay. So let's have a look at most. Most was absolutely wrecked. Perma-wrecked. It's destroyed. It's come back from the brink, and I am amazed because I walked away from a tiny portfolio and I'm like, this shit is just dumped. Oh, and then it's back at 5 cents. So that's pretty good. That's not bad considering the conditions we are facing. Now, we're going to look at Go Pulse as the next wonderful, wonderful website. Now, this is not because, this is not like digging at, I guess, the Pulse chain community, the HEX community, the fucking Pulse X INC community. I'm pointing out this is across the board. We are seeing shit that's just unimaginable. It's just like the great financial wreckness. We're seeing this here, right? So we got Pulse X, INC, HEX, all looking destroyed, absolutely just destroyed. And I bring it all the way back to Bitcoin. And the reason why they said maybe, just maybe, which I don't actually have the Forbes article here, if anyone can find it, try and find it, look it up. It says basically Bitcoin to 75k first. It's not going to be a pretty quarter. Then Q2 is not going to look, maybe it starts recovering Q3, Q4 of this year. It might start to look a little bit better. A little bit, a lot better, right? 2026, I don't want it to be fucking 2026 when this shit pumps through the roof, right? I don't care. Like, I want my pump now. We want our pump now, trust me. But have a look, deep, hard look into your fucking eyes in the mirror. Do you really think, based on these prices, do you really think we are going to see a miraculous pump from nowhere. Tell me in the chat. Tell me and explain to me with your logic why. Tell me why it is we're going to see this miraculous pump. In actual fact, what we are seeing is the most wrecked market conditions for a long time in terms of greatest losses, prices, big red numbers, big giant red candles, right? They're big fucking giant red candles that are not recovering anytime soon. By the time they do recover, and then we see the Bitcoin, then we start to see the recovery. Right? Trust me, you're going to notice. You'll notice the recovery. You're going to see Bitcoin start to recover from its it hit. I'm telling you, it fucking hit 74.2 while I was out fucking dicking around. What did it hit? Yeah, 74.46. So whoever called 75 was a pretty decent fucking call. Thank you, Red Squirrel. Like 75, that's a pretty dead on call. So from here, if it doesn't get back to that 75k level, I'll talk about that thing in a second, Rich Girl. I don't disagree, which is surprising because, like I said, maybe there's some ladders, and I thought personally 26 was going to be more of a wrecked year for crypto, HEX specifically, and I had larger stakes. But it turns out maybe, just maybe, it might be a good year. Good year, Blim. It might be a good year, sorry. And if that's the case, if it is the case, I have to remember that the stakes that I put in place pre-ran big giant fucking mega death stakes that were coming out on the Ethereum side. So Pulse Chain side may have changed. The OA stakes may have changed as well. So maybe factor that in, depending on if you think the OA is really going to sell that big giant stack, which I don't think it is. Anyway, off topic. Now, 75k, right? We're at the bottom. We're at or near the bottom because I'm saying someone said 75k, they called the bottom. Then they said riding it up to 300k could be what's going to take place, right? For that to take place, we need time. Hence why it might be a good idea to step away from your portfolio. And like I said, if you were lucky enough, like I was, to swap out in your, what's it called? Superannuation? So like your retirement account, you can't touch until you're old, right? Not HEX. This is like proper, like the actual fiat money. Now, I was lucky enough to have a term deposit come due and then just have this fucking big old bag of cash. And now I'm going, what do I buy with this shit? I'm half tempted to fucking move it over to a different super which has access to fucking crypto. I may do that. No, I just said that out loud. That's not a bad idea. Because like I said, I can see the fucking run up to 300k. It's been glorious for Bitcoin. People are going to fucking love it. By the end of this year, if it runs up by Q4 to 300k Bitcoin, what could that mean for things like Ethereum, BNB, fucking Solana, XRP? All the stables will still be there, obviously, but I can't even think what. Pulse Chain, HEX, Pulse HEX, INC maybe. What would these potentially look like, even for the Trump coin? Where's Trump coin? Fucking Trump coin, man. Fucking Trump coin. It's not even the top. It's still floating around there. It's still $7.80. Render coin. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see the computer made in Minecraft? I have no idea how this kid did it. So now I'm like, wait, you can get a game and make a computer, a functioning computer within inside of it. That is mind blowing to me. It's like, and it can run computation anyway. So I'm like, well, what stops anyway, back on topic. What to do with crypto, right? Not about games creating computers inside themselves. Now, just imagine the price target of Bitcoin 300K. Just envision Bitcoin, okay, 250K, 250K. That's fucking US. That's savage, right? By the end of the year. So leading into 2026, you're looking at 250 to 300K Bitcoin, which is just unimaginable because as we all see, we see the fucking Ethereum follow suit and all the L1s follow suit. Can you imagine what sort of price Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC, and HEX might fetch? I'm just curious, just floating it out there. And then just imagine on top of that, imagine everyone eyeballing the fucking the sacrifice funds. And imagine what, for instance, those funds could be worth if you get some really large numbers on Ethereum. For instance, I don't know, with a 300K Bitcoin, with like we see 78,000 now. We then see 100K. We then see 150. We see 200. It just keeps running and running and fucking running. Then what's going to happen? We're going to see fucking huge numbers. But everyone watching, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen through fucking shilling some whatever. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it will on some. Maybe you create some token and it gets enough eyes, and somehow Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Pulse Chain itself front runs this entire crypto run up. But do you really think? Do you really think? Okay, so here in Australia, right, there was a time. You guys might be aware that Australia had, at one stage, it was like a mining boom, right? So basically, people would dig up soil, call it a mining company. Fucking people were throwing money at it. During that point in time, it was like a boom cycle for that particular fucking thing. So once crypto hits that area, that territory, anything loosely related to crypto is most likely going to be going through the fucking roof compared to what it is now. So the question is now, here's the problem. How are you going to tell people, right? Did you know there's a thing called crypto and it's going to go through the roof in a year's time, maybe less than a year's time? And it's going to be absolutely amazing, and it could be generational wealth creating, depending on how much you decide to buy now. There's also other products out there you can do XYZ, XYZ, XYZ with them. Like, the problem is telling people now. They're going to go, "You're fucking crazy. I've just lost huge numbers off my stock portfolio, and I am crying and sad. And all I can do now is sit and hope for rate cuts. And all I can do now is hope and pray that someone else gives me money, because when I go to the shops, everything's wrecked because everything's more expensive." It's a very hard sell, right? But if you happen to be in crypto, yeah, just let's catch up in Q4, people, and I'll still be here wearing my little hat and doing my little chicken dance, being fried by electricity, as Max Cars used to say. And yeah, I think maybe, just maybe, if you're able to hold your bags, which I'm sure you're holding your bags now. I'm sure you're not dumping. I'm sure you're not dumping into this low liquidity environment just to sell to survive. Like, surely you have another means of survival other than dumping your bags of HEX, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, or like farming INC. I'm sure you are all capable of doing that. I'm sure you're all capable of making a successful business of some sort or doing something to pass the time. You're not just sitting around pressing the sell button constantly, dumping everything into infinity. And yeah, that would be a shame if that was taking place on chain, you know. And on top of that, it'd be a shame to see the P dye extract thing. It's like it's being extracted. It is extracting funds. It is not good for now. It is not good, right? Apparently, it's fucking. Oh my god. I wish I knew how to extract the funds. I would be extracting the funds like there is no tomorrow. Just every time you press the button, it'd be easy money, right? Easy money. All right. So that's about it. Thank you for watching, people. There's not too much else to say other than like pay attention to what the price of HEX Pulse Chain ISG Pulse X is doing, because it is not good to sell at the low. I mean, if you're selling now, I really question, unless you got a big fat stack at HEX and the stake's ending and you're just for some reason, whenever your stake ends, you're just selling it regardless of whatever taking place. That's possible. That's in the game. But yeah, I would be like questioning that theory, questioning that pretty hard, especially in low liquidity. But who am I to tell you how to, manage your own fucking funds? Well, have a look at what Red Thrill is saying. Periods to make money. Chart says 226 to take profit. Ooh, take profit. That's not in my fucking vocabulary, people. I could have taken a whole lot of profit on you, but I refused to because I was like, nah. My bros went dump on my head. Well, turns out they did, and they did it laughing, and did it all the way to the bank, and now they're nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, hang on. I thought we were friends. No, I'm kidding you. But yeah, that was a true story. Now, I hope. Let's have a look. I hope so. As my next stake matures early 26. Low. Oh, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a juicy one coming out 26. I'm not sure if people are copying the fucking. It's extremely annoying. But then, if that does take place and Hex is like $1, is it gonna be $1? I don't know if it's gonna be $1, man. 2026. Oh shit. See, let's play the numbers game. Let's have a look at what the price could be in the future, which I really don't like doing with Hex because it's just unknown. Sometimes it just does the most random shit. It just pumps off nothing, then hit all-time high with arguably low liquidity. Now we're sitting in low liquidity. We're seeing in everyone fascinated with some exploit going on. We're seeing some other innovation. We're seeing the pumped up tires. And I personally have been here for a long time. I've stopped following everyone. I've stopped listening to everyone. I've stopped listening for the latest, greatest fucking group of alpha, and then I can somehow use that to my advantage to make money and then dump on everyone. Because, well, if you have a look at the price now and everything, how did that work in the long run? Was it sustainable? Hex is still here, it's holding on by a fucking thread. OA has come in, made some savage moves just before like insane economy moves. There's probably some updates more recently regarding those tariffs or something. I'm not sure we're going to see a recovery, but once we do start seeing a recovery in the crypto space, heading towards the 300k Bitcoin, we're going to see some really nice numbers. I hope to see all-time highs across at minimum Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC, HEX. I want to see this thing in $1. I really want to see it. If Bitcoin is at 300k and HEX is on $1, I'll be surprised. Like on both chains. Sorry, not on both chains. Between two chains. So if the value is equal to $1 between two chains, I'll accept that as $1. But I really want to see HEX at $1 per fucking token if Bitcoin is at 300k. If we see HEX at like $10, $100, that'll be fine with me. Trust me, that'll be more than fine with me. I think I will take some profit, and I have no idea what I'll do. I'll just do a stream. I'll just do a stream with X skins and the Pulse skins and the Pulse X skins and the INC skins. But I mean, as to who's actually listening at this point in time, I don't know. And even if it's healthy anymore, man. Fuck. Seeing the insanity that takes place on X, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? All right, let's have a look. We'll close out. There's nothing to do. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got the 2 billion Pulse X out of people's hands and burned forever, so that's good. We're seeing, I think, when the price of Pulse X is down, it burns harder, which is good. Value's not as much, but the overall total of tokens, which is good because later on, maybe Pulse X. That's going to be interesting too. What that thing's going to be. Bitcoin at 300K, Pulse X is what? Bitcoin 300K, Pulse Chain is what? Bitcoin 300K, HEX is what? Bitcoin 300K, INC is what? There's going to be some interesting blanks to fill in there. Now, we're seeing this here. Fuck. The tariffs aren't being paused, you dipshits. Just in White House says 90-day pause and tariffs is fake news. Oh, but you heard it first on fucking breaking news. Oh shit, wait. See, sometimes being first is not the best. Yeah. All right, everyone in this stream, you've achieved by, if you've stayed to now, you've achieved the diamond balls. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but if you're selling now and you can't just walk away from this shit and put some staking ladders out, walk away, come back, check, cool, because you're not using your hex to dump on everyone infinitely, which is possibly good. But although if I had the amount of hex, I would think about doing it, I'll tell you, but I wouldn't. But if you're able to do that, come back, it's worth more, take some profit, walk away, come back, and then just live your life. That to me, that's pretty cool. That would be very, very cool. It is a shame the INC yield's down a bit, and it is a shame that the HEX yield is down a bit as well. But if in the early days when you're able to get lots of Bitcoin very cheaply with like USB sticks, Pro EXEs running, you already get more Bitcoin than you can now. So similar thing with HEX, I guess, if you understand it, that it was easier to get a lot more HEX in the early days. Whether or not you took advantage of that, maybe some people in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 staked out 15 years. Maybe they locked in some pretty big paydays. Maybe they locked in some pretty decent gains. You can still get your, as far as I'm aware, double, like insta triple, if you're able to like lock it for 15 years, which is a long time. But yeah. So what else? Again, thank you for the clicks. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I said it. If I can touch 74 point something. Oh, yeah. You're saying, do you think it goes down from here? I know what you're saying, but I said here. Said here. Capiche? 74.4. You fucking touched. All right. My friend, 74.467. That's what I'm saying. Oh, fuck. I don't even show the screen. 74.467. It is the bottom there. Do you agree? Do you really believe 70K is the bottom? It touches 74. Well, I hope so. I fucking really hope so. Because a guy said on the internet there was like 75K. And so if that's right and it goes to 300K, then that would be cool. Yeah. That's all I got. Like, I'm not here to fucking deal in hopium. I'm not saying 75K is the bottom. I'm saying when they called 75K, that was a pretty decent call. I'm saying, as you can see here on this chart, in the last 24 hours, it hit 74.467, which, like you're correct, is lower than 75K. Yes, that is correct. But from what I'm seeing, this may be the bottom here, 74.4677. That's all I'm saying. What else can take place now that is going to affect the price of Bitcoin? Do you have any ideas? Pues, buentes, because I ain't got nothing. I mean, like what? What happens here? Are we going lower? Well, why are we going lower? Tell me why. I hope I'm fucking right for a change, and I hope you're wrong. I hope this is the lowest of the low, up until the run up until 300K. But yeah, what do you think? Tell me why. Why? Tell me why. Okay. So it is currently 79,100. So that's not a bad recovery from 74.467. Yes. I'm not happy with these prices with Hex. Post chain, post X, INC. Trust me, that is why when I look at these prices, I'm like looking and going, I do not fucking care at this point in time. Like, I am not happy with these prices at all. I'm not even happy with Bitcoin at 74.46, man. Like, I want to see this shit pump to the moon. I want to see Hex pump. I want to see post chain pump. I want to see post X pump. I want to see it all pump. I hate this shit. I'm watching, going like almost despising my own community, almost like this far away, like almost like extremely close. Like I'm going, who is selling this? And then I turn on and I find out that everyone's supporting in some way, shape, or form, or not supporting like some exploit. And I'm like, how is this healthy? I don't get it. What the fuck? Again, like I said, because everyone knows more than me, so they must, be aware of all these nuances, these little issues. Just a tiny little fact that if something's infinitely net negative on the chain, it might drag the price down. So it might. We can flip the other side and go. It might drag the price down until it hits the dollar, and then it'll continue to drag the price down. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with. This is the stuff I'm hearing, and this is why when I see this, I'm like, yeah, not happy. But yeah, so this has become really. Fucking cares, man. Stop watching the price, people. Fuck. It's hard to say stop watching the price, but what do we got? So this is becoming ridiculous. ETH at 6 years ago price. Now why? Why is it? Why? What can we do about it? Huh? We can cry and be upset because everyone's just dumping the living shit out of it. What can we do? I actually have no calls on Ethereum because I didn't read it anywhere, so I'm like, don't know what to say. In terms of that particular article, it just was talking about purely Bitcoin. You could theorize and make up some numbers, but I mean, I didn't read it anywhere, so I'm like, I don't know. 1.4K. Is that the bottom of Ethereum? I fucking hope so. I hope we don't see anything under 1K Ethereum from this point, because that would just be a nightmare scenario. If you see Bitcoin pulling away, just like go through the roof and Ethereum just dying. And then I saw somewhere the Gwei was a bit wrecked, but yeah. Anyway, won't worry about that. Hopefully, my friends, hopefully we are actually, this is the actual bottom. And hopefully, hopefully we do see this 300K Bitcoin, because that'd be very nice. 300K Bitcoin on top of whatever Ethereum would possibly be at 300K Bitcoin, and the lead up to it would be very interesting. The Gwei prices and how it functions on Ethereum could be an issue. Maybe that's why we're seeing price. The talking point there is old tech, blah, blah, blah. Even though it's funny because, I'm pretty sure this thing's got upgrades, which, if they get upgraded, Pulse 2 gets upgraded. So I'm not sure why people would agree with this old tech narrative, which is fine because that's what happens, What else? Solana, we all know, goes down all the time, but for some reason that gained absolute favor with even the Trump team launching upon it. It would have been good to see some shit being built on Pulse Chain, but for whatever reason, Solana is actually the prize being murdered right now anyway as well. But it would be good to see, some hype, some excitement around Pulse Chain. But at the moment, I'm just not seeing it anywhere, people. I'm just seeing a bunch of individuals who are lacking guidance and lacking a rudder. They're trying to make up their own talking points, and they're just being decimated, like absolutely. And this is from a guy who's like does absolutely nothing. I do nothing for the chain. All I do is come on, try and make a stream here and there, and that's all I try and do. That's it. So imagine what other people are saying that's even more savage than I. Who don't like us to begin with. It'd be pretty savage out there. But yeah, everyone in the community, I guess, keep doing what you're doing. Whether right or wrong, just fucking keep doing what you're doing, and we'll just see what happens with the price. All right. If you're dumping on my head, though, I mean, I really don't appreciate it. I really don't appreciate it. But what can I do, right? It's been happening for the longest time. There's nothing I can do about it. So in closing, we are seeing 21 trillion wiped off the stock market. We are seeing, congratulations, everyone in the chat. You've all achieved the Diamond Balls achievement. The White House just said the 90-day pause in tariffs is fake news. So take that into account before you start spreading all that. Because, you might fuck shit up. What do we got? We got most is surprisingly performing okay. Not bad. Maybe you get that. I don't know, maybe you never ever buy this at all, and you just sit and watch and see what the price does. If the price of Bitcoin is 300K, what could the price of most possibly be? I don't know. I hate to say it. I don't. Where is it? Buenos Taste. I don't think we're at the fucking lows for PulseX, INC, and HEX. We are extremely weak. There is no reason for people to stay here. It's pretty grim, in my opinion, for the time being. And it would not surprise me, for whatever reason, people just cave and sell their PulseX, sell their HEX, sell their INC. It's a shame. But that looks to be what is going to take place. And I can see us. I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong. I think we're going lower on all this shit, which is bad because, like I said, I think we have hit. I pray. No, I think logically we have hit a bottom. We bounced off of it ever so briefly today. It was like 70, like you said, 74. I think here I will timestamp this shit, and then we'll come back and argue over it later. We'll be like, was 74.467 the low of 2025? Put that in here, actually. 74. Wait, fucking. Was it the low? Because I think it fucking was, man. And I think Ethereum. I don't know, man. I'm envisioning under 1K for Ethereum. I don't know why. And then if I'm envisioning under 1K for Ethereum, the same shit could happen for Bitcoin, which means you're right, maybe it goes down to 72. Oh, that's fucking awful. I fucking hope not. We'll have a look there. We'll put it in. Very strong holder here. I am crying. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be like such a dick, but you can't be soft with everyone. I had enough of the fuckery. Now we're gonna see some interesting shit. So get your fucking diamond balls out, people. Um, like I said, I still think we're going lower for fucking Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and Hex. I don't know why. Because, like I said, from what I've seen, from what I'm hearing on fucking Twitter, it's I don't know how to explain it. I just don't know how to explain it. I wonder what people are actually thinking. Have they lost their way so hard that they would talk about all this other shit under the sun, whether like wrongfully or rightly so, um, to the detriment of their core tokens? Because there's a lot of hex, or maybe they sacrifice a lot. They've got a lot of pulse chain, a lot of pulse X, a lot of INC, and maybe they're using that for some other shit in their wallets. Some other interesting shit in their wallets, like maybe that shit's not pumping so hard, and then you maybe you stem back all the way to some of the sacrifices. And like I said, just if you build it, cool, it's good, cool. If it pumps, cool. Don't be asking me for any money, man. Like for real. Like I like the Uniswap airdrop. That was cool. I thought we were gonna get some airdrops. We're gonna get airdrops. Are they gonna be actually worth anything? Are they gonna be fucking scam tokens and try and like drain your wallet? Fuck. Maybe some of you haven't seen some fucking shit that happens like on oh my god, look, the Tron network. Yeah. That's why I sort of stay clear of a lot of shit, because I'm like, nah, just you just don't want to get compromised because of fucking like $1 worth of imaginary fucking tokens or something crazy like that. I mean, you got your hardware wallets and shit like that, but desperate times call for desperate measures. And when people are desperate, they might start clicking shit they shouldn't be clicking. They might start thinking they got things they shouldn't have, and it's not a good environment to be in, So you got to be pretty fucking tough on yourself, all right? You can't just fucking pretend like everything's fine and everything's going to be wonderful. It's like, no, I seriously think Pulse Chain is going lower. I think Pulse X is going lower. I think INC is going lower. I think HEX is going lower, because I'm not seeing anywhere people even floating out the idea of why they're good anymore, right? I'm seeing Bitcoin going through some shit. Hopefully this is the lows. Ethereum, hopefully this is the lows. And then all I see over in some communities is, let's make a cool talking point and try and make shit happen. Try and make shit happen as opposed to actually making it happen. There's two fucking differences there, right? But like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to me. I'm just pointing out my point of view. But yeah, like I said, seeing those sacrifices take place and then seeing the other shit being built, then people make money and they lose their money. It's just like, what the fuck? And then on top of that, I see the price of this, and I point out and go, hang on, something went wrong. What happened here? Mind you, that's pointing at myself as well. These streams are as much for myself as anyone else. Like, I could have taken more profit. I locked in some staples and could have been in a better position to not be affected so much by the INC rate being cut, etc., etc. But hindsight's 2020, and looking forward is the only thing we can really do, because we hope that we don't lose any more opportunities in this fucking space. And I hope you're not selling your coins, or maybe I should say the opposite. Maybe I should say maybe you should dump all your coins into stables and hope that shit goes lower, and then buy them all back when they're like multiple zeros, and hopefully it goes back up again. But if that happens, do you really think it's coming back? If that happens, like, Like, how low can the price of HEX go before we start going, oh, it's going to $1? It's like, how low can the price of Pulse Chain go and the price of Pulse X go until you go, it's basically very close to being not so, you know, I don't want to say the F word, you know. I mean, it still functions. It's not. Its function is not the word I'm saying here. I'm saying this shit still works. It's fine, but basically, the story of crypto goes. Yeah. Like I said, Bitcoin 300K, Ethereum a lot higher than it is now. I hope we don't see that sub 1,000 Ethereum. That would be just weird to see. Yeah, and then all you could do is what? Hope sacrifice funds get deployed at which rates after everyone's dumped, because basically people are just sitting around waiting to dump because no one's buying anymore, which is a shame. That's why I'm going to go back as these prices, because I think they're going lower. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to start buying some amount, some small amounts. I'm not sure of what though. That's the thing. Pulse X just keeps burning. Pulse Chain I can't see pumping too hard. Like, I can see it ripping, but I just think Pulse X is going to rip fucking faces off. Well, maybe on par with something like Uniswap at least, which would be amazing. Fucking savage. At current prices. I'm not sold on yet. People that have it are going to decide what to do with it. Maybe some other shit's been made, but I don't know. It's still pump pretty cool. Hex, like I said, anything under $1 is a loss. $10, we mighty fine. $100. $100 HEX. Can you imagine $100 HEX in like 10 years? You don't know what to fucking do with yourselves, people. All right, that's it. Going to stop the stream now before more negativity spews out of my mouth. Because being real, that's what tends to happen. I don't want to provide you with any false hopes and dreams, but like I said, let's just stream. Main topic: low calls of the year for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, I'm not so sure of. I'm like about 60, 40. Bitcoin, I'm about 80% positive. That was the low of the year. Unless something else takes place, don't know what. That should be it. I fucking hope so. It might bounce off, retrace back down, might range for a bit before it can get some positive news. It might take months and months before we get fucking break out of this range. Finally get to that 90, 100, and once it goes over 150, 200, 250, 300, it's gonna be something else. At which point, hopefully, Pulse X, INC, and HEX, hopefully they follow. But I know people seeing what this community's doing. They're basically shooting themselves in the foot at this point in time. I don't know why. They're on crack and they just can't focus and they just can't realize long-term gains. Like, fucking walk away from the computer a bit. Just, I don't know what you're thinking, people. Like, but again, don't listen to me. Keep doing what you're doing. This is DeFi and no one has fucking control. We are. What was I saying? Decentralized. We are decentralized. We are the decentralized crypto agency of the world, right? And do whatever the fuck you want. Just try not to hurt other people. Mind you, you've already hurt me a lot by the prices. Anyway.